Coming to you live from the coolest planet out of all the other 9 in the Sol system, because fuck off! Pluto fucking counts! It's time for Destiny Down Under.
G'day and welcome to the 94th episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. This week we have a very special guest who we'll get to in a moment. But, as always, I'm joined by none other than Raid Master Mylan Games and Sloth. Anyway.
Really?
Raid Master Mylan Games.
I can't believe you there was a nice pun there. You could have said Dungeon Master then.
Yeah, I missed it completely. Did you get carried through that as well, did you?
Yeah, I can carry that too. Well, if you don't know what Log is talking about, look, the lore is very valuable at the moment. People are interested in the story, and I have been bartering and bargaining and trading lore for carries. Basically, Ninja and his team kindly said, would you come on and talk some lore while we do a raid? I thought, oh yeah, I guess I could do that. Fuck yeah, I can do that.
I mean, the question is, do I want to get through Last Wish before Christmas or not?
yeah. And also the dungeon too. So that's like harder than the raid. So that was pretty cool to be able to see both of those things and not have to wait another 3 weeks for it to come back around again. So yeah,
good stuff.
Big boost in light. Nice.
Yeah, now you have to carry us.
So what are you like, 540 now?
567, thank you, Sloth.
Ooh.
Wow.
567.
Wow.
You can see a little grin on Sloth's face. You can tell it's just above him or it's just below.
It is just above me, but I haven't fucking done the raid or any of the endgame stuff, Matt.
Just more of the other garden variety shit. Me and Sloth are just doing the fucking Destiny dishes. Oh, I'll go and do my dailies, I suppose. Go and do some missions.
Although I did get carried by my community through the 100k nightfall last night. We tried to do the corruption strike, and when you have match game on the corruption strike, and you also have famine on, and you have someone who's using a void bow and it's the only void weapon in the entire strike, doesn't work all that well.
Yeah, no, especially in a timed activity.
Yeah,
you can't just chip things to death.
So yeah, it took a while, but we got it done. But yeah, I don't need to be carried through a raid. I just need to be carried through a fucking nightfall.
Well, on the subject of carrying, I guess this week is a very special friend of ours, I suppose, that you may recognise from when we did the Gambit reveal stream back in Sydney a few weeks back. This is Siegey. He carried us through Gambit, pretty much. Because we were so fucking aggressive that we forgot to bank motes whatsoever. And thank God he was there to bloody just manage that shit for us. But welcome to the show, man. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much for having me. I'm interesting enough people. But I just really like shiny things, shiny things with lights. I'm just like, yes.
Oh, shit.
Collect. Put them in the
What's that? What's the emote?
Yes.
Motes.
For those who missed the Sydney stream, like this, it was pretty funny encounter because we had, we're at the esports center. We had 4 PlayStations with all the setup, and we'd sort of finished the sponsored part, the Activision part, and then they said, keep going for an hour because I was hosting. Like, Matt, you can jump in now and actually play some Gambit. So we got to all sort of play, sitting right next to each other, and we're like, we need someone to fill the fourth spot. And IT crowd, CJ was just like, please, I'm in, man. Like,
I want to play.
I mean, spending all day setting it up and not playing it was quite frustrating. So it was really nice to just actually play the game.
Yeah, right. You've been like, you're a Destiny fan and you're working on all the IT side and getting all the systems sorted for the live stream and like watching everyone else play and watching everyone else be, oh, what super are you using today? Oh, I don't know. Like, what color is it? Blue.
Blue. Okay, cool.
Use the orange one.
use the orange. No, when that PlayStation that bloody Seth Sentry was using when that whole HDMI issue came up. CJ was up there. He was like, "Oh shit! Oh, we need to get this working. We need to get this working. This is going to happen." But no, it was good fun, and he like the entire team over there at ground and fuck, the names escape me now. The esports center just absolutely fucking destroyed it. They killed it. Absolutely killed it. So the man in the bottom right corner is the man who organised it, for lack of a better term, on all the hardware side.
I can't imagine a more stressful job than depending on technology. Like, complete.
I'm so used to it now, but you can pretty much say that the entire stream was because of me. Let's just say that.
Happy to say that. Happy to say that.
And man, I must say the fact that it didn't, nothing crashed, nothing, too crazy level. It's just like I've done my job and happy day. So it was good to just kind of like take a breather and play some games and whatever. So it was good. It was good. You boys were the best guests we had for sure. Not just saying that because
just saying that because we got drunk.
I don't know if you can say this, but like, do you have any horror stories from like sponsored events where you've had to set something up and like everything's just crashed?
Absolutely, man. Yeah. So I just won't be specific at the event. That's just the easiest way to talk about it. But essentially, we had a kind of a similar event, and they, in that situation, they had a sort of pick up and play. So the idea was to have some background action happening where people can kind of get used to the game or whatever and play it. And basically halfway through the stream, so the stream was running, it was all happy days, but the pick up and play devices, the game that they were streaming at the time was beta. So understandably, the game crashed, but the game crashed so hard that that it caused a crash across all of the 4 PlayStations at the same time. Which is like, oh god. So I jumped in, and obviously being the IT guy, my one and only technique to fix things is to restart it. So I jumped onto the first PS4. I'm like, cool, let's just reboot it, and we can crack back in. We're not streaming off these devices. It's it's just for these guys to enjoy in the background. But obviously it is on the stream in the way because the screens were semi on the screen. Yeah. Exactly. So anyways, jump back on, restart, and this is probably about 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, cool, it's coming back on. It's like, PlayStation has just dropped an update. You need to install this 2.5 gig update. And I'm like, oh my god! Like, so I was about to reset the second, third, and fourth PS4, stop, and just kind of like rebooted out of the game and cracked back in, and they were all obviously running perfectly fine. But all I could think about was the stream PCs. The stream PS4s, I should say, if they were to do the same thing, the same bug, the same crash. Or even a harder crash with it, if the PlayStation's frozen up or whatever, we would have had to restart, and the rest of the stream done because it was a 1.5 gigabyte download. PlayStation's renowned for being a little bit slow with their updates, and I was just like, if that had happened, I would have just jumped straight out the window. Like, so what do you?
I'm done. Yeah, I was just about to ask. Do you have like an emergency jerry can there full of petrol just in case it all goes to shit? Fuck this. I'm out.
Oh man, it's definitely a consideration I've had. I've been in many situations, maybe not stream situations, but like where you're doing IT for a big presentation in a huge company. Everyone's watching, all the big people, all the small people, and it just completely just flips on its head, and it's like, I don't know what I either get in and do this, or I'm just leaving.
It's just like. Everything's on fire.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Everything's slowing down. Like,
I'm going. I'm
yeah,
out.
exactly.
See
I
you
can see my
guys.
exit.
I'll see you tomorrow.
it's fight or flight, right? Like that's what I've got it all worked out, and but yeah, the one annoying thing I'll just quickly say is that unfortunately the power level thing, that was the biggest unfortunate side of things. Is I just wish we could have had those new supers or just a little bit more. But we won a game. I mean, the fact that we won a game, to me, I was just like, that was just an amazing, like, we started getting momentum and started working together. And the fact that we won, I was so happy. That was cool. Part, yeah.
I think we spoke about it. We spoke about it, the week after when we were back on the show. And we were like, well, it probably wasn't the best display of like high level Destiny. But the one thing it absolutely displayed is that you could go and buy a Forsaken and a PS4 right now, or any other platform, jump straight into the content, and if you've got 3 mates that you're going to play with, you'll probably end up having a good time and maybe drinking a beer or two.
Teamwork, right? Exactly. The whole Destiny as a whole has been about that, teamwork. It makes a dream work, right? It was good. It was really good to see.
So, like, the thing that, like, now that you see Gambit where it is now, I'm actually thankful that we played on release, because the way people are playing now, like, if we verse people the way they're playing now, we would be banking motes. Like, I think that was the only advantage that we had, was like there wasn't many people playing it and people still getting used to the game type, and we could get away with it. Whereas now it's like, if you're not going with the 4-stack and you're like not going in with sleepers, Ikelos shotguns, coordinated supers at the end, melting your primeval in 2 seconds.
Bullshit. Unless you come up against fucking Gans or fucking like a 4-stack team of, decent TA players. Not us 3, but decent TA players. Have you actually gone in solo? Have you gone in solo? I've gone in solo so many times.
Really?
So many. I did the fucking weekly all solo this week.
I was going to say.
Maybe there's some kind of like skill level rating going into sloths matchmaking and putting him against dribblers or something.
Maybe it was all I'm saying is there's a higher level of coordination now than on day one.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
For sure.
You go up against matches where the primeval comes out and then it disappears.
Yeah. Yeah.
and we would not have had the ability to match that regardless of coordination.
I don't think so.
No, there is. I believe that there is skill-based matchmaking in Gambit. I don't know if we would get destroyed. We may. It's just. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It doesn't matter. It's done. It's in the past, and we had a good time while we did it. But this is our way of saying thanks to Siege for everything he did, and like, dude,
thanks, guys.
like, we were all stressed out. I can't imagine where you were.
Yeah.
We were very stressed.
So, ladies and gentlemen, like we said, special guest to Siegey from Ground, who helped us all set up and help. Really was the brains behind the hardware behind the Gambit stream. So thank you very much for coming on. Before we jump into the points log, I've just a bug that has been made available. That is been made available. A bug that I've that has come up that has seemed to rear its ugly head. There is currently a bug that will make your character unplayable. So if you get a new bounty as a random drop, so this was just in the chat before. If you saw it, awesome. If you didn't, I'll just rehash it a little bit. If you get this bounty and it goes to your postmaster and the bounty expires in your postmaster, your character, you will not be able to log in. Every time you go and attempt to log in, it will give you the weasel error every time. And if you you don't have access to third-party websites, you can't move any characters, any gear across or anything like that, you are completely locked out of that character. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will the Reddit link I'll post it in the chat in a sec. If you're live, I will post it on Twitter if you follow the DDU or any of the 3 of us on Twitter. When you get bounties, make sure you go and clear your postmaster. Go and clear your postmaster. Go and clear your
So
postmaster. Do
it's
not
if
let bounties expire in your postmaster.
Just give us the bullet point again, Slothy.
I can read the Bungie help if you want. I'm going to read the Bungie tweet.
If you get a get a bounty for dismantling stuff, and like that you do every now and again, you scrap a bounty, and it goes to your postmaster, and you let it expire in the postmaster, your character will be locked out. Third party, first party, you cannot get into it. So make sure you clear your postmaster before you log off every time.
Bounties expiring in your postmaster.
Yep.
Yes. Let's stay away from that. Let's stay the fuck away from that. That sounds bad. Just quickly, one quick question, Siege, before we move on. What subclass do you main? And there's no judgment attached to this question.
No.
Bullshit. He will judge you. He will judge you if it's not a Titan.
Yeah, it's Warlock, boys. It's Warlock through and through. I have to say, I don't know. I just I'm a floaty kind of person. I just love floating around. But you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's just always.
That's that is conclusively the best reason I've ever been given for anyone being a warlock ever. I'm just a floaty kind of person. I just floof around my life, just
around. I just want to chill on my couch, man.
Exactly, man.
That's just like your opinion, man.
All right. Well,
I just imagined like a party scene and be like, "Oh, Sanji," and you just float in the front.
It's like, and in bad situations, I just float out.
Oh no! All the stream PS4s have died.
Bye. But yeah, I mean that, and obviously the Star Warsy references with the electric fingers, and obviously now the laser is very I just love the powers, the shooting crap and all that kind of stuff, like the lots of colors and stuff like that.
What's that the actual name of the Kamehameha or whatever it is?
Chaos Reach.
Chaos Reach, right? Because Sloth said that the other day, and he's like, "Oh, the Chaos Reach is awesome," and I'm like, "Oh, where'd you get that from?" Like thinking it was a gun. Didn't even know what it was.
Very classic Destiny.
Yeah, I'm just give it to me. It sounds like a ripping good scout rifle, doesn't it?
I did get the exotic that's tied in with those, the Geomag stabilizers that extends the reach of it and extends the time of it that it takes to burn out. It is. Oh my!
What are they called again? What are they called?
Geomag stabilizers.
What are they? Like gauntlets.
Boots. So when you're out of
your boots now,
when your super is almost ready, and it's a clutch moment when it's almost ready. If you sprint, it tops it off. So when the little buff in the left hand corner comes up, it goes topping off Chaos Reach. Sprint, done. It's there.
Awesome.
It is so good.
And
Eds is saying called the cheetah boots, coming from the dude who uses the fucking happy mask in every fucking piece of fucking content in Destiny. Close cousins.
I think that sounds overpowered and awful, Sloth. I gotta say. Coming from the dude who uses the fuck off boots.
The fuck off Antaeus wards that basically slide and sends every projectile back at receiver. See ya. I thought I saw an overbomb. I like that. Bye.
So you got the gloves, Sloth, the boots. And Log, you also got the Titan exotic boots that reflect.
Yeah, the Antaeus wards.
They reflect literally everything.
They are
bullets.
Once you get your eye in with them, stupid.
I watched Log send back a blade barrage at a hunter with his fucking legs on.
You deflected a blade barrage with him?
Yeah. It was a fair way away. So I had like half a second to it was like down a hallway. So I had half a second to just go, oh no, I'll do my thing. And it went back and only one blade I think hit him and it nearly killed him. So
do you have to you don't have to be running for a certain time, right? You just have to slide and then it's on like a bit of a cooldown.
It's not on a cooldown. It's like as long as you can get to It's just
As long as
if you could normally slide, it's a slide. It's just attached to the slide.
The slide animation kind of things.
What?
Yeah.
So you can like just slide, and it doesn't like your second slides. It doesn't have a cooldown or anything.
Well, you've got to get up and run for a little bit to be able to slide again.
It's like, yeah.
Okay.
So you can't just.
That's your cooldown. That's your cooldown.
Yeah.
Is your
The cooldown is basically
Anyway.
the time it takes to sprint again. But it's. I mean, I'm still
could-
learning
could-
with it. I'm still learning with it. So. It's kind of a bit hit and miss. I've been shotgunned a lot. I was just by going, I'll get you. And then I pull up like just short of where I thought I would and bang.
He's just like sitting on the ground while. Shit.
Just that was the wrong distance to do it from. But it's been a fun week. Been a fun week in that respect.
I was just going to ask Siegey if you've got any exotics yet.
No, man. So I've definitely got a lot of year one, I'm assuming, or whatever. Like I've been getting a bunch of those that I hadn't got. But no, none at all. So I'm looking forward to, unlike you boys, I'm just going to publicly admit it here, that I'm only 414 power level at the moment. I've been busy this week. Tonight, I'm going to smash it.
Cut him from the call.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not worthy, boys. I'm seriously not worthy, but I do love the game and all it brings. But I haven't even finished the story yet.
I think realistically though, you're not missing out on anything with the exotics because they're so rare these days. Like the new ones anyway, they're super rare.
Ones. I've had heaps of exotics, but the only new ones I have is Queen's
I'm
Break.
Miley Games. I'm the CEO of Activision. I get all of the fucking exotics.
I'm saying I didn't. I'm saying I don't get the exotics.
I've got lots of exotics. I got the two-tailed fox just before we get into the points. The two-tailed fox, which is really, really fun for Gambit. Especially that one match. Shout out to that one dude who saved his super for every time that I invaded. He tried to panic slam me, and I shot the void rocket just at his feet, and he had no slam left. He went to slam down, and he just went.
Gunk. That's like a tracked cannon mixed with a rocket launcher, right?
Suppression and then a burn over time, which is fucking.
And it has tracking on it too, right?
Yeah, it's not aggressive. I don't think there's any tracking that's really aggressive like the.
It's not an edge transit kind of aggressive. It's not an aggressive drop.
I know what's coming up. But anyway, look, we're gonna launch into a new segment called Points from the Boys, where we each bring a point, and then we talk about it. And if you've got a better name for that, just tweet us because it probably desperately needs it. But we're gonna play some music. We'll be right back. What? All right. So my point for this week. And it's something that I think a lot of the Destiny community, at the very least, are excited about, if not the gaming community at large, is Fortnite getting the complete cross-console beta. So they're testing it. I think the reason that this is exciting everyone is because it's probably the first indication that we've got that Sony are ever going to let go of the stranglehold that they've got on this sort of the crossplay thing. So it's exciting times. I've seen a lot of people probably jumping too far into it, like, how to get organized for when cross-console play comes to Destiny. And I'm like, what? Destiny 4? Like, fuck. But
oh my lord! Like, okay, so just a point. Yes, Sony. I'm fine. Sony in this generation of consoles, Sony are the ones holding everyone back. They are the ones that have the market share. They are the ones that have all the games. Blah 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 blah. Previous generation, when Xbox had the market share, when Xbox 360 had all the games, had all the third-party games,
they was the ones that didn't want to play.
Microsoft was the one that was against the cross-platform, cross-save thing. So fuck Sony, but also fuck Microsoft.
Because we could have had it by now. Fuck.
But it burns like rats in a frying pan, clawing to get out of my throat. The only company that is doing crossplay correctly is Nintendo.
Which is weird.
Which is really weird.
They've changed it massively, I think.
With like what? Fucking Tomo or some shit?
No. Rocket League from the get-go has League and Minecraft with both Sony and Microsoft respectively, have been cross-platform straight off the bat.
Hmm.
Fortnite has been cross-platform with Microsoft straight off the bat. The only company that has been doing
Nintendo's
it.
ad with that? Did you see that like jab at Sony with Nintendo's ad?
What was it?
They had it was like a Nintendo ad, and it was basically like the metaphoric of like Nintendo giving like Microsoft a hug and being like, "You want in, Sony?" Like it was.
Come here.
Party on the
Come
Game,
on. Come on. Just did a Mario. Come on.
So
That was Mario.
Nintendo
That
have
wasn't
also-
any kind of, stereotyping. Let's move on.
Nintendo has already have done a whole bunch of other shady shit, but in regards to cross-platform, they're the ones that are leading the charge. So people, as Log said, like people are like, "Oh, cross-platform, it's going to be incredible," and this, that, and the other. Like people are already tweeting about this. So not to put hate on him, but Damfinity, he put out the tweet of get used to Discord because that's the only way that you're going to be able to talk between the three consoles. Firstly and foremostly, Dan, we love you. You're the most positive dude that we know. You are incredible. But no. I don't believe, I fully and wholeheartedly don't believe that they will ever be cross-platform. Because of the exclusives
What won't
on
be
Sony's
cross-platform?
side.
Destiny. You don't think Destiny will be? Listen,
I mean, Destiny specifically.
Destiny
But
specifically,
look at,
sorry.
but I guess what you could say is like Fortnite, right? They're going cross-platform Fortnite. So he's saying you're not going to be able to have an Xbox party chat with a PlayStation party chat with a computer.
Well, no. Like you can have a PC, like you can start an Xbox chat on PC and have Xbox and PC talking to each other. But unless the PlayStation user has a PC to use to also listen to the chat and then listen to
Discord or the game or whatever.
the game or whatever.
Yeah, so that's what he's saying, man. Discord's like fucking solves all those problems.
Yeah, but it
Discord
does, but it's...
no.
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit of ahead of yourself, is what I'm saying. Is it like you're getting ahead of yourself?
Destiny.
There is no. I fully and wholeheartedly believe that there will be no cross play, cross save possibly, because then they can eke out, they can push the Sony exclusive stuff like out, and it's only on that platform. You can't move it to anything else. You can't access the strikes on anything else, because if they had cross play. Just imagine if you had a Sony player who was the leader, and you had an Xbox player and a PC player.
That's not such a complicated issue.
Sony does have a bit of a stranglehold on Destiny exclusives.
Correct.
It's not that much of an issue, but like think about it practically. If you are not at the appropriate light level for something, you just can't fucking load into it. If you do not have the appropriate console for something, you just can't load into it. It's not that big of an issue. For mine, right, my takeaway out of this situation is that, look, it's not going to come to Destiny 2. It won't be Destiny 2. It'll be at least Destiny 3. But when you think about the amount of money and popularity and shit that is associated with Fortnite right now, they're doing it.
Yeah.
Every other publisher out there, the second that it happens, will be going, fuck, this is a competitive advantage because their game that they're selling that has microtransactions and all that money-making shit in it has literally no obstacles. There is no reason. You can get on a fucking phone. You can get on a PlayStation. You can get on a... I mean, people will be playing it on those fucking smart-ass fridges with a screen on the front of them before we know it, right? Like,
just make a cup of tea. I'm on my fridge fucking
Dad, I'm in the top 10, Dad. You can't fucking open the fridge and get your beer out. Oh, yeah, fuck off. Right.
But you know what? This is like a step before what... remember when the EA, like, investor conferences, and a lot of them apparently, like, they're all going towards a service model where you don't have consoles. If you listen to their investments, like where they're trying to look at the technology, you just stream it. Like you don't need the consoles. They're looking for, I think we're way far off that just from an infrastructure point of view, because literally no one fucking in Australia could play anything if it was streamed. But
I'm gonna go into bat for the devil's advocate in regards to crossplay, is that if you like have one singular console. Now, this is the thing that where crossplay leads, is that one singular console that is organized by Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Now, this is probably fucking years off that my children's children would be playing. Just bear with me, Log.
Sorry, I forget that you can see me on camera now. All the what the fuck faces come straight through. Anyway,
this is one thing that sort of came up in the late 2000s was like one singular console and one singular company that owns the hardware and the games just developed for that. If you don't have specific consoles, you are going to be missing out on really good games, really good first-party games like Super Mario Odyssey or Mario's Odyssey or whatever it's called. Breath of the Wild. You're going to miss out on God of War, Spider-Man.
I agree.
You're going to miss out on Xbox
Halo.
really has fucking.
Dead.
Really?
Microsoft have shot themselves in the foot by putting everything on PC. Now Xbox, no one has any reason to own a fucking console on Microsoft's part,
except
because
economics.
Everything is available.
Not everyone can afford them. Like, I mean, you look at me and you come from a Xbox clan, and half the boys are still there because they don't want to invest dumbass amounts of money like us in buying a PC. So I think that there's always going to be that competition and probably a gulf between a top level, well, not even a top level PC. Mine's average, I guess, but like that. I mean, it's probably worth a couple grand. Where an Xbox is $500. You know, like there's a big difference there on price point. I think with the way you're going down that line, Sloth, that's an important thing to recall too. Like, if we remove the competition from the market, it becomes a monopoly, and then we're completely at the whim of whoever wins the fucking arms race. So there's probably like, I'll be very interested to see if we ever end up in a time of cross console play or cross platform play, probably more appropriately. I think that initially will make the first party titles and stuff like that even better, because it will be their marketing points. Because otherwise, if you can play Fortnite anywhere, they're not going to go, come and buy a PlayStation, buy Fortnite. It's a bit worse than it is on PC. You know, like, but if they're like, we've got fucking Spider-Man as well, and that looks like it kicks ass, and it's the only game that has literally even made me think about firing up the PlayStation.
Oh, boys, yeah, I've 100%ed it 2 days ago, and I'm gonna probably jump on after Destiny tonight. It's an amazing game. I mean, you know,
I really want to give it a go.
Yeah,
we need to have a talk about your time management, mate, because if you're sitting at 450 and you're 100% Spider-Man,
and you're off 100% Spider-Man, you're out of the team.
Right.
Get out of here.
You're right.
No,
all right. I think we can go on about this for forever, and I know that we can. We've done it before. I'm gonna draw a line in that discussion. We can circle around to it probably at the back end of the beta when we find out how it's all gone, because it could, as Siegey would well know, it's an IT thing. It could end in a fucking flaming disaster. So we're going to be able to talk about it again. What I would like to jump into now is our dear Lord and Savior, Lord of Law, Raid Master. What's the other
My name
one?
is Dungeon. Welcome to the stream.
Dungeon Lord?
Hey guys,
Matt wants to talk about the Shattered Throne, so let's let him talk about it.
So, Matty, before you get into it, when it's Shuro Chi that's standing at the front of it, correct?
Yeah.
All right, Shuro Chi is standing at the front of it, and she said something that she's like full of rage. Like, not something that you would believe, like that. I always originally thought that the tech witches were a little bit sort of reserved and calm and this, that, and the other. But that the little piece of dialogue was, this curse has been hitting the city for X amount of time, and it just get in there and rip it out and this, that, and the other. Like, I'm
dropping F-bombs in the game, right?
Yeah. But paraphrasing, of course, but like it is pure rage.
Yeah.
When I heard it, I was like, oh my.
Well, even like dialogue wise, you know, like it's the tones change, not just, you know, in the written form and in the lore. It's like the dialogue's different too, and characters, like, you know, like the Drift has surprised me a couple of times with how he talks to Guardians. Just like he's I guess cursing. I guess you would say it's a swear word for like a teen audience, maybe. I can't remember what he says. Might call people bastards or something like that. I'm like, oh, like made me stand up and go, oh shit. Drift was a bit saucy, isn't it?
Jeez, more console will be after him for fucking copyright infringement.
So the dungeon, I don't know if you've been in there. It is massive. It is like when people say it's like a 3-person raid, like I got carried through and it took over an hour. It took a while, and there's multiple encounters too, and the area is huge. From a lore point of view, it's they often describe it as like the upside down world, a bit like Stranger Things. So you actually see some areas of the homeland like taken essentially, and like bits and pieces are missing. So it's got a cool aesthetic to it. Technically, it's Mara Sov's throne world or Ascendant Realm. So even though we see her in her court, that's like her sort of like place to hang out. That's also her throne world that we go into the dungeon. And okay, so there was a sort of. Do you remember when I spoke about the API released like all the lore and it wasn't meant to be there yet? And then okay, so just when I went over to Seattle.
No, I was trying to break your concentration.
Didn't miss a beat.
Anyway.
Did not miss a beat. I'm proud of you. Hold on.
For some people at home that may have not heard this, right? When Forsaken released, everything was dumped in the API. And, you know, like everyone does, all the different parts of the community, we look for clues, we look for quests, we look for, you know, how you're going to get Malfeasance and all this kind of stuff. And now, obviously, the lore community looks for lore triumphs. And the unfortunate thing is they're all in there and you can basically data mine them and get very heavy spoilers for what's coming up well before you're even in Forsaken. I think it was a week or so before it came. The unfortunate thing that is Forsaken is it has a really unique story and it's developing each and every week and we're getting bits and pieces. And so it was not designed to have everything dumped all at once. And there was one lore triumph for one book in particular that basically it tells you what the curse is. It describes what the curse is, tells you everything that's happening, it tells you the backstory, and you know that's the pinnacle of the campaign basically in this story. And that really shouldn't have come out. And it was I believe it was a mistake. It was in there in the first place. It wasn't meant to be in. They got left in or whatever. So a lot of people in the lore community sort of banded together and sort of had a truce on like not covering that. And you know, we got Baxter in touch with the writers and he asked like what should do and removed it from the website. So like it wasn't accessible or easily accessible on Ishtar Collective. And that was that. But people have started to cover it now. And it's the cat's out of the bag essentially. So I'm sort of in this funny position. I've read them now because I've seen people starting to cover it and people started to tweet at me and I like, this is a curse and this is what's happening. And like big sort of reveals about what's happening in that dungeon. So I know what's going on. I really don't know whether it's something that, you know, the cat's out of the bag. Should we talk about it or not? Or should we like respect that maybe we should wait another week? Like, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it. That's the backstory with it. I think
my thoughts on this are that it is seriously the most fucking ethically murky situation that you, specifically you, Matt, could find yourself in, given that you know the people who wrote it. You've got an invested interest in covering the topics people want to cover in a timely fashion.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's either an effort. So, look, to give them credit, they've been like very, very supportive of me because I've sort of had this conversation with one of the writers in particular, and they've been like, they're like, we completely understand that you need to be competitive in YouTube. And we completely understand that if the cat's out of the bag, then go for it, basically. At the same time, I'm like, fuck. Because if you look at the original tweets from like Seth Dickinson and Mallory and stuff like that,
it hurts.
It hurts that their work got out. But, you know, it's weird that the lore community is in this position because this is normally like everything else. this is normally like discovering an exotic quest line before it's out. This is normally like the community ruining other stuff. It's funny that the lore community now is in a position to ruin shit for everyone else. And we typically haven't been in that position because the crossover between lore and gameplay has often been separate. But now they're like super entwined. So as things are unfolding in the Dreaming City, like there's clues to what's happening in the lore, and they're so well connected that they become spoilers.
Well, I mean, there's been spoilers in the game since D1. Like someone, I think it might have been Bife or one of his followers, tweeted a piece of Warlock armor from D1 talking about a dragon underneath this city of dreams. Blah 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 blah. Like, it's been around for a while. Like I've tried to keep my nose out of most of the lore of late, due to I really want to discover it on my own, if that makes sense. Because I made the mistake. You remember the other week when I said, "Hey, I don't care when this happens," and talking about the Dreaming City, and then I went through the quest line. I was like, "Fuck! I wish I didn't ask Matt to tell me."
Right. So, like, I guess that's the other thing is like, you know, how many people, like, we've got all this lore now. How many people are actually going to read it as well? And
I'll read it.
Like,
I'll definitely
for example, like Mara's book's like 23,000 words. Like, it's a fucking book. Okay, so like,
but when the book says Mara is hot, she is really good looking, she is a badass, sexy motherfucker. Like that's not really going into the lore because people are just like, she is thick. With 3 C's.
I need these details.
You're talking about my kind of law now, Sloth. Jesus.
Anyway, but I think what we can say, right, without explaining everything, and I think this helps people, is like, okay, you do the campaign. Ribbon is, you know, corrupting Prince Aldrin, trying to be released from the Dreaming City. He was captive there by the Queen, and then taken by Savathun. And this is all outside of that sort of confidential book.
You keep saying Ribbon is a man.
Oh yes, I'm so she was captured by Oryx, and then Savathun went in and took over. So we presume that the last curse was a wish from Savathun, and you then sort of assume that the dungeon is involved in that wish in some way, and you can piece a lot of things together that the dungeon, right, the entrance to the dungeon is directly under the blind well. So Guardians do the blind well, and they basically charge the portal into Mara Sov's Ascendant Realm, which is that dungeon. And then you go into it, and the main boss in that dungeon, all that we should know at the moment, has something to do with the curse. And you probably could say, okay, the curse was to put this boss into here to like claim Mara's throne world, and then to like, and that's why it's seeping out. Like, it's seeping out of that portal as we charge it. That's why all the Taken are coming out of it and like controlling the city. And that's all we should really know at this point.
That I didn't know. I didn't know that the blind well was actually connected. I know that I actually saw the entrance to it when I went and spoke to Sadia or Shirachi or whoever it was that's underneath it. But I didn't realize that the blind well was the thing that was charging the portal to get into the Ascendant Realm.
Yeah. And that's why it takes 2 weeks, because you need 3 weeks of Guardians doing the blind well.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Bit of tie-in,
yeah. So I don't know when these books are coming out, but you shouldn't really know who that end boss is, who the wizard is at the end, because her name is actually not in any of the lore until that comes out.
Now, I'll cop the flack for this. If people want to abuse someone, don't abuse Matt, abuse me, because I found out about it last night. But I believe that it's Savathun's sister or daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so
good job on outing that for no apparent reason.
Take issue with it. Don't take issue with the podcast. That was me. That's me.
Here's the thing, right? So
like, look at Siegey's fucking steam coming out his nose. He's that angry with you for that?
No. But this is the exact point proven, right? This is the ethical dilemma. Sloths heard about it on word of mouth. Like, it's out. Like, to be honest, most people know now that was Savathun's daughter. Okay, so like, and there's another really big aspect that's in that book that explains the 3-week cycle, essentially. And I think that's probably really spoiler territory, because I think that's probably coming up soon.
Well,
now just
holy
on that,
shit.
just on that, Matt. Someone actually said to me, and it was a lot of people sent to agreed last night on stream, that they think that there is another raid coming in this expansion, in this DLC.
Okay, so when you finish, I don't you. You guys wouldn't have seen it because you haven't done it yet. But
you got carried by Ninja and Jugzilla. Get the fuck out of here, you pleb.
Okay, so but you know this, right? So when a new story, well, actually no, sorry, you don't need to do the dungeon for this. This is, you know, the new the Forsaken campaign icon symbols that are released on reset every time the Dreaming City changes, right? When you do them, remember the first week when you finished it, it's like new mission available, and you look and you're like, I can't see new mission, and that's because it's staggered until the next week. Well, when you completed this week's mission, it still said new mission available and nothing came up. So I found that very odd, and I suspect we will still. I do not feel like, from a gameplay point of view, it has quite concluded yet.
Well, we've still got. They're gonna factor in the hard raid at some point too, right?
Prestige,
it would be a first for Prestige, like in-game lore of Prestige, to impact the overall campaign. But they have done it with the lore of armor sets. The Prestige armor has different lore on it for sure.
Yeah,
that could conclude that. Maybe that's where the book is. I don't know. Maybe that's. Oh no, it's not lore tabs. Normally,
can I just say that this whole situation, the way that Bungie and was it VV that did this expansion? Was it VV or was it High Moon?
High Moon.
High Moon.
The way that Bungie and High Moon have done this DLC, this expansion, of locking quest lines behind the first raid completion, like putting things in there, like incorporating the lore with the writers and doing the blind well completions that charge the fucking Ascendant Realm and all that.
Oh, dude, it's masterful.
It
is masterful.
Is fucking masterful. Like there are plenty
just
of
wait until we can talk about the new book too. Then you'll be like fucking. Then you'll be like,
when it comes out, Matt, we're just gonna pencil off a fucking week, and me and Sloth will sit here and just listen attentively for an hour and a half while we talk about it. All right, quickly we'll touch on the Malfeasance quest. So that's out now. Basically, it's I know that it started by getting a special primeval in Gambit that is basically the giant angry nutsack that you fight at the end of the campaign. So that's what it looks like, except it's glowing and looks like it's taken. But dudes,
but Abby tweeted Polar tweeted earlier on this morning. After many days of grinding Gambit, I finally got the hairy asshole to spawn.
Accurate. I will 100% pay that. That is completely accurate. So it seems it's kind of difficult it is so random, but I mean it's kind of good at the same time. Get out there and play some Gambit and enjoy yourself, and hopefully
I think it's good, man. Like
the asshole emerges for you to shoot.
You know.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get into the Malfeasance quest and get into the lore and follow Matt's videos, follow Beard's videos, and follow Bife's videos. The lore community is pretty fucking awesome, so please go and check all of them out. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have a message for our sponsors, a special giveaway today.
We've got a huge giveaway. Everyone in the chat's going to be absolutely stoked about this. I've been very excited, and I've had to keep a lid on this for half of one day, and it's been hard. Let's just go. I'm going to hand it over to Man at Arms, and he can tell us all about it.
Hi, This week on the DDU podcast, we're going to do something a little different. We're having a giveaway. But unlike other giveaways you may have seen where you have to like, share, follow, subscribe, tweet, or retweet to get a snowball's chance in hell of winning, on the DDU, everyone is a winner. All you have to do to win is any activity. Anything this week and you win one of the most OP weapons in our arsenal, the Edge Transit. It can come in any perk: kill clip, outlaw, rangefinder, counterbalance, countermass, high explosive grenades, sticky grenades, extra bouncy grenades. Maybe you get 4 in the magazine, maybe you get 9 in the magazine. But all of yours come with Genesis. Unbelievable! Do any activity this week and you are a winner. Clear a bounty, decrypt any engram, I don't care which one. Go into your vault, talk to Saladin, go to space, play Iron Banner, look at your character for too long, don't play Iron Banner. Go completely AFK in PvP while eating popcorn. You get an Edge Transit. You get an Edge Transit. You all get an Edge Transit. Your number of entries and your winnings are unlimited. And one lucky viewer will win a grand prize of an Edge Transit, an official DDU Iron Battalion shader autographed by the cast and Nathan Fillion himself, as well as a Roar of the Bear with kill clip, OP as. So get into it and do anything. You can't not win if you try.
Oh, yeah. Just go in your vault. It's already there. It's fucking. It's there waiting for you. If you're listening to this right now, you've got one. You might have dismantled it already.
That is funny.
Yeah, I mean, I like
Look
how
at your character for too long. Go to space.
play Iron Banner. Looking for Carrie. Go AFK.
We are Oprah. You get one. You get one. Everyone gets an Edge Transit.
You know, it was Monday, I think, and Rick messaged me. He's like, I'm going to do something a bit different this week. And I'm like, uh-oh. Well, that could mean anything. But, like, honestly, it was still my favourite part of this whole fucking thing, to be honest.
It outshines the DDE podcast by a mile.
Yeah. It's really like the 2 minutes everyone tunes in. The numbers on Twitch have just completely ceased. At this point, everyone's gone. They know they've got the good bit. They can fuck off now. All right, well, let's jump into the TWAB. Let's cover off a bit of the garden variety news that we've got this week. Starting with,
ladies and gentlemen,
Slothy.
Sorry,
do you want to do it? Yeah, no, you're right. I don't want to take your job. I don't get touchy about this sort of shit. So
this week at Bungie, ladies and gentlemen, uncommon cores. I really just wanted to do this one, really, honestly. Bungie are aware of issues with the Masterwork Core economy. There are plans to create more reliable and plentiful corn sources. Masterwork Cores will be renamed to make their purpose more obvious. There are plans to increase the chance of exotic drops to be something you don't already have. Okay, Masterwork Cores. Now, a few people have spoken to me about this over the last couple of weeks on many streams, many content on Twitter and all that sort of thing. I don't think it was an issue that they didn't know about. I think they were trying to burn through people's legendary shards because a lot of people would have had a lot of legendary shards. They tried to burn a lot of legendary shards to get the economy back into balance and then hit with the new core sources. Now, call me a tit. Like, I've got my tinfoil hat on here.
I thought you were going to say, call me a tit.
call me a tit as well. It's fine.
You're a tit.
No, but I thank you. I think that they were trying to burn through. This point was made to me. Was said to me, and I tend to agree with it. They were trying to burn through the legendary shard, trying to get people's legendary shards back down to a reasonable level before changing it out, if that makes sense.
I hear you, but those people, like, I'm getting heaps of there's so many like legendary drops. Like I'm going up in legendary shards. But I guess I do.
Are you purchasing Masterwork Cores though?
Well, I was very lucky because I literally never masterworked anything ever, and I dismantled everything. So I've still got 100 plus Masterwork Cores.
Go fuck yourself.
Man, I'm
Yeah,
so
I'm the same. I've got like, I think I've got 60 on.
Complaining about.
Get out of the call.
Not a problem for me.
Fucking play the game that you fucking built. Fucking asshole.
Angry, upside down troll doll. Sorry. Back to the task at hand.
All right. So, and ladies and gentlemen, if you want some ideas on how to get more Masterwork Cores until this change happens, go hit up Shackle Shotgun on Twitter. Has some really good ideas.
Yeah, there's some really good points. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you go and check them out.
What do you think the solution is, guys? What do you think? What would you like to see happen with Masterwork Cores as a?
I don't think there's any issue with it at all. They drop when they drop. You've got the microphasic data lattice or whatever it is, the thing that drops Masterwork Cores that you can buy from Xur.
What does that latticing do?
Once you delete, bang, a powerful enemy, it has the chance to drop a Masterwork Core, and that's it. Now, I don't think that it needs to be changed. I honestly think it's a really good spot at the moment. It keeps the economy in check.
Too tough.
No, not at all. You can buy 3 every day from Spider, which is 10, 20, 40, 60 legendary shards, which keeps your legendary shards in a somewhat of a stable give and take. And you always have Masterwork Cores. Yes, you may have to wait a day to infuse it.
So
or
you can buy
could spend
3
more.
I actually have never bought them from Spider because I'm just rolling them like Donald Duck. But so do you have to
just Matt Scrooge McDucking through a vaulted Masterwork Cores?
Like Scrooge McDucking. I'm no pantsing through fucking Masterworks.
Oh, fuck. There's a visual I didn't need. Oh, wow.
So you're limited with buying how many you can buy from Spider. Is that right?
You can buy as many as you want from Spider, but when you're spending 600 legendary shards to buy 1 core like I did because I'm a fucking idiot,
okay,
it does get a little bit expensive.
But it resets every day. The value.
It resets every 24 hours. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the thing, is that I fully believe that there is no issue with the economy at the moment.
You know, the thing I really like about it is it forces you to use guns and random rolls that you may not give a chance to.
Correct.
I often wouldn't use, a bow. I'm like, oh, this bow is actually all right. This round, like I normally would have just sharded it straight away. So I do enjoy that. I do enjoy that it's meaningful and you got to think about what to upgrade. I think that is really powerful. But I also hear, look, I think it may be, from what I've seen, it might be a tad too hard, or people needs to have a couple other sources to get shards from.
But this is the Destiny problem. This is the Destiny problem.
Yeah,
the game could be in the best place at the moment, best place ever, but the community.
There's always going to be something that we're going to be pissed off.
There's always going to be whinging about. So at the moment, as we spoke about last week, and I'm going to say the words, and then we're going to not talk about it. Sleeper, Gambit. But there's that, and then there's the Ace of Spades being changed, and you've got one group of people going, "Oh, I got it when the quest was still hard."
Yeah.
Go and
but
fucking.
I think
live. No,
what we're seeing as well is there's a drastic change in like expectation for Destiny. Like we were so used to be able to get our gear and just infuse it straight away and to be high level straight away and not have to play with shit guns. Like we have not had to play with crappy guns Since when? Like this is the first time the game sort of forces you, like you're gonna have to use this role until you can get your hands on some more materials, essentially.
And you've only got to wait fucking 24 hours anyway. Like this is the thing. This is the thing that really frustrates me about this game as this game and this community as a whole is that we get something that I want to say 75% of the community really, really love. Forsaken's in a really good place. There are a few things that I don't like about it. Mm-hmm. Everyone has to be critical of the thing that they love at some point or other. But and then there's people who's like, oh, it's in a really good spot, but man, I don't like it because man. Like,
you've just got to look at it. Honestly, you got to look at it at like everyone's like, oh yeah, the grind's back. How good is it? That's part of it. Not all the grind is good. There's going to be, if you are going to make people grind for things, that's part of the grind. You want that gun that you love to be top level? Well, you're going to have to put some work into it. You're going to have to be thoughtful about how you use your resources and how you're going to get there. Yeah. And, I honestly believe that they will add ways that you can go and get more Masterwork Cores. And I think that is probably not something I'm going to do a whole heap of because like what Matt said, I'm kind of familiarizing myself with different weapon types, different guns, different perks on armor too, because there's a whole heap there that kind of you could really easily gloss over if you got one that you thought you liked. And getting in and just like whatever I get that's the highest level, I put it on. And I look like I rolled out of a bin with glue covered on me, but like I've just got shit stuck to me everywhere. I look like a hodgepodge, and occasionally it all lines up, and I'm a reasonable looking Titan again. But I think you just got to embrace that for what it is. Just use the different gun for a while. If you really fucking need one piece of your kit, then spend your Masterworks that you can get from Spider on that. But I don't think that it's. I think you're right, Matt, in that we've been spoiled to some degree. That it was really fucking easy before. Now I kind of like that it's harder and it's making me do different things.
But it's not stupid hard, and that's the thing that I'm trying to get across. It's not stupid difficult. It's not World of Warcraft. It's not fucking Elder Scrolls Online. It's not stupid difficult to get these things. You just have to be patient and wait.
Yeah. What do you think, Mr. 420?
He's blazing it up in the bottom. Sorry, I thought you meant literal floating. Now I'm understanding.
So yeah, I mean, it's. I agree completely. It's something that you're right. We've been spoiled. It's something we've had previously, but now just using other weapons. I hadn't used a shotgun in Destiny until last week. What I mean? Maybe here or there, but I've got this shotgun at the moment that I've been kind of struggling with. But just getting the nuances and obviously simple thing with shotguns is get close and slide in and shoot. It's being able to play with everything and try different things is vastly better than just kind of, as you say, sticking with the things that and kind of getting bored of Destiny quicker, So I think it's definitely, as you say, people are going to get pissed off either way. But I like it. I like the current state of Destiny, man. Comparing it to Destiny 1 even, it's just, we're spoiled. It's so much better. So much better.
I mean, even when you look at it compared to Destiny 1, there was so much of Destiny 1 that was completely random. Right?
Yeah.
Where you had no idea how much chance you had of getting anything. Where at least now with things like this, they're a bit of a brick wall and they take some fucking effort to get over. But you know what you got to do. It's not like, guess what, Log? You were never level 30. You were forever 28 and a half because you never got that helmet because it never randomly dropped for you. Fuck you.
But I guess that's what people are saying is we don't know. There's no guidelines for getting Masterwork Cores, really. I think that's the people's issue.
There's no guidelines. There's no guidelines at all. But I mean, people need to get out of this mindset of I need it and I need it now. You have to grind for the shit.
Yeah,
I'm play the game to get ahead in the game.
Definitely.
And I am literally only infusing stuff when and if I need to go into the raid. Before I went into the raid this morning, my sleeper was low level. I infused that one piece, and that was it, basically.
So Matt's basically never going to run out of this fucking cache of Masterwork Cores. You know what? If you really need Masterwork Cores, go stab Matt in the fucking kidneys and steal his.
Man, I did the absolute worst thing of I think probably at the end of the first original Destiny 2, I had a crap load of legendary shards and I pumped them all into the Cryptarch. Whatever, you know how you can just like buy
Oh
things?
god.
And probably like 300, 400. I just wish I could have gone back in time and gotten those back because I've got none at the moment. There's a lot in Destiny. There's a lot in Destiny where it's just like, you want to gamble? You want to gamble? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, shit.
roll the dice. Man.
Yeah,
at the end of like a season or at the end of a content cycle, when the new content's just about to be released or is a little bit away from being released, people just go out and spend the shit because it's there. Like they have a dump, legitimately have a dump of it. And then they go and feed it into they go and feed it into whoever that takes it. So it's probably going to be Spider next content release. You know, like it's just
didn't in Destiny 1, wasn't there for a brief period of time an upgrade material that you could only get from the raid, that etheric light?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
100%.
You can only get that shit from the fucking raid, man.
Imagine that now. There would be
Lord.
pitchforks on the streets of Redditville. Oh my god.
But and we've said this before, and I'm sorry, not we, but like I've said this on many fucking occasions. The vocal minority and the vocal, very vocal casters and the vocal minority are the ones that get what they want. And Bungie,
No, I think that's changed now.
I think it's changed. I think they've been led up the garden path.
It's nowhere near as bad as what it was. Nowhere near as bad as what it was, but it's still, Bungie is still sort of leaning towards, like the sleeper change is not a huge change.
We're not
the sleeper
talking
change
about
is
it.
not a huge change.
It's off the menu.
It's off the menu, but like it's not a huge change, so they're definitely learning, but it's still, you know, it is what it is.
All right.
Look, I hear what you're saying. I think Bungie learned. Like Destiny 2 was like, we listened to you because we listened to all the people complain that it was too hard, and it destroyed the game. And like they're in the position where they're like, we do need to listen to the community. We need to take feedback on, but there is a point we need to say, no, I don't think that's best for this game. And you might not like that decision, but you're probably still going to play the game.
That's it, man.
All right, let's jump on to the next point in the TWAB, the discussion about the power levels in Iron Banner. So,
wasn't Iron Banner fun this time around?
I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't. Like
I enjoyed it because like I couldn't one-hit shoulder charge people who were were grinding, and they got to 20 power levels above me.
600.
You know, like. The highest dude I came up against was like 585, and I shoulder charged him. I took half his health. Mm-hmm. Not even that. Like I really enjoyed Iron Banner this time around. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens next time when people are a higher light.
I think it'll all level out ultimately. I think over time it'll be basically they're not looking to change that. I don't think they're looking to change how pronounced the level gap was. I mean, it's the first time we've seen it in Destiny 2. It is the way that it used to be in Destiny 1, but I mean, I encourage you to go and read. There's a lot of little bullet points in the TWAB thing. We're not going to go through all of them because it's a bit of a punish. But basically, the gist of it is that at 20 light levels below, you will do 0.9% of the damage. So you
lose 10%.
You lose 10%, but it works in inverse. So if they're 20 levels above you, they do 10% more damage to you.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, it balloons out quickly. So how many light levels did you say that the guy was ahead of you, Sloth? I'll just run some quick numbers
40.
here. 40, right. So at 40, you're talking you would do 0.85-ish. Yeah, so 12 and a half and then 12 and a half. So 25% difference in the damage that you would do compared to what he would do to you. So it stacks up. I really think it's pretty fair. You know, at least you know where you stand. They put a chart out. Guess what? Here's where you're at.
And tying into what Etz just said in the chat, they're making every bounty a powerful engram. Now, I don't agree with that, but that's my thought process. Like, it's really? An end game thing. It's an end game PvP activity.
They better
And
not.
it rewards the people for playing it, even if you lose every single game.
There are powerful engrams and there are powerful engrams. We talked about this last week.
Not all powerful engrams are made the same. Yes, we know this, but
So I think
still,
we're going to be talking like
jump in light.
We're going to be talking like the tier 1 powerful engrams that for us at fucking whatever, like I'm 550 now, that they're starting to become basically just legendary drops anyway. So people at the lower end of the scale will benefit from it. It'll bring them up quicker. There's a huge source there for them, but it's not going to progress you to 600 at a rate of knots. I think that, you'll still get that drop from the weekly that'll be a bit better, but I don't know. I think it'll be more akin to what you'd get out of like a daily mission, right?
So are they making? They said they're making every powerful and they're making every bounty a powerful engram. When did they say that?
That's what people it is in the 12, but that's what is being said. So tier 1 powerful engrams, it's just going to be legendary engrams, and it's just going to be more of the same, and it get people up in light, and that's all well and good. But the weeklies are the ones that you want to aim for. Now, again, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with the changes because I believe that if you you should be going for legendaries for rolls and powerfuls for light jumps. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's upset me. I was looking.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you, Matt. Is that like at your level, those daily fucking powerful engrams are just legendary drops. They don't drop high light level. Like, you've got to be, like, the Dreaming City stuff. If they bring in a Dreaming City activity where you can get powerful drops every fucking day of the week on that, it'll break the game. But as it stands, these sort of like the daily ones, like, go and do one daily mission or do a daily strike or whatever, and you get that drop, and it's a powerful engram, but it's still crap. It still doesn't advance you. I think that's what we're really going to be talking about. So that if you're at a really low level and you're brave enough to go into Iron Banner and get your ass kicked, then there is a reward there for you. So I don't know. I mean, I read it and I thought, well, fair enough. Fair enough.
It is a fair enough situation, and I think people don't seem to realize that they see people like gigs. They see people like my friend Sin, who was sitting at 600. They see people who are sitting at 600, and they go, "Oh, they got to 600 pretty quickly." But you got to remember that these dudes have been playing nonstop since release. For
a month. for a fucking month.
And like they've had shit RNG, they've had really good RNG, but they've been rewarded for playing. And people see that and go, I want to get there too. And then when they don't get the drops that they want, they go and bitch and whinge and complain and cry about it. And you just really honestly stop.
Wait.
Just play the game.
Is this just for Iron Banner?
Yes.
Correct. It is just for Iron Banner.
Guys, I thought it was applied to the whole thing. We didn't say just Iron Banner.
I said we'd talk about Iron Banner.
It's in the fucking in the show notes.
I skipped over it because I didn't expect something like, "Hey,
I got a raid and then I didn't yeah."
All right, okay. The other cool. I'm putting a line through it. We're moving on to the next segment, right? So entitled Holiday Mail, Bungie are looking for artists within the community to submit an image for production of their annual holiday greeting card. Holy shit, this is going to be fucking fun. I love this idea. You get the creator emblem if you're chosen, but I can imagine the amount of berserk shit. Like, I mean, I'll probably know 5 people who could make an incredible card for that, and that's just in my immediate circle of friends. So I like this idea. I reckon they should be crowdsourcing this sort of stuff more often. I hope they do a big run of like, here's all the entries and go through and have a look.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think it's going to be cool.
It's a really, really cool idea, and I hope that we see some really fantastic art coming from the Destiny community.
I've got no doubt.
There are some, like as Log said, in our little circle of friends, we've got a lot of really fantastic artists.
I've got a suggestion, right? I don't know how hard or easy this is. It's probably fucking, but okay. This would suit the postcard great. Dreaming City, and it's one of those like hologram cards. You like tilt it and it becomes Ascendant. and then you like tilt it back, and it comes Dreaming City. How good would that be?
So what, like a Dreaming City, greetings from the Dreaming City, and then when you tilt it, it has that little taken orb in the big tower with all the taken lines and shit.
Yeah, like
coming out
the
of it,
shit
all that sort of thing.
flows
And
down.
then
the upside
you
down
tilt it
world,
back,
yeah.
and it's back into the dawn stage and things, and then tilt it up to dark stage. That's cool.
Yeah,
That is.
I would buy that.
Or what if they do a pen and it's got Mara Sov on it, and then when you warm it up, she's got a gear
I
on.
was just about to say.
Tip the pen over, come on, put the pen back, clothes come on.
I'm glad you said that, but I was like, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah. It's all right.
I thought exactly the same
If
thing.
people are going to be dedicated enough to listen to an hour and a half of us to dribble on to get one little soundbite of me being chauvinist for 30 seconds, good on you.
Fuck it.
Oh, you know what? Let's do it for the ladies as well. Let's do a ladies and a gents one, or a
Shaqs.
if you
Do a
fancy the male fancy males, do Shaqs.
Oh, dude,
Helmet
and guess
on.
what? And guess
Do
what?
helmet on.
The
or
helmet
naked.
stays on. The helmet
The
stays
helmet
on.
stays on, and then turn it up the other way. His armor comes back on.
If anyone's out there that has the technology to
robot
make
finishes.
that, please just make them. I think it'd be it's for the good of
That
the
would be
universe.
really, really cool.
All right, Slothy, please move
That's
on.
awesome.
Otherwise, we're just going to be talking shit for
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got crowded quests. Darkness in Light quests that can be launched for up to 6 players will be fixed in a future hotfix. People who try this method may encounter memory issues resulting in poor game performance and unexpected client crashes. Forsaken known issues list has been updated. Please refer to the TWAB to see the latest known issues.
So
Now,
this is the Malfeasance quest that you can like launch 6 people into it.
Yeah.
Which was a mistake.
And it shouldn't. It should be 3 people. As much as I want things to be 6 people for end game activity, 3 people is more than enough.
Isn't it funny how like people like we want matchmaking or like blind well stuff. We want more people like can't be done by like accident. Like, a strike goes through with 6 people.
That's
So the other thing that came up this week is that people have been picking up the Wish Ender. Now, Wish Ender is the exotic bow that comes from completing a challenge and being identified as a savior of the Dreaming City by one of the Corsairs. And you've got this bow that looks absolutely incredible. It lets you see through walls when fully drawn up to 25 meters or something like that.
Yep.
But there is a problem with it with hitting fast moving targets. It doesn't do the damage the correct damage.
The exit damage is bugged.
Yeah, the exit damage is bugged. So just be aware of that. But
it's not a crap gun. We swear.
The bow.
Just put it in the fucking vault.
Yeah, the bow looks really cool.
Yeah,
it has a little
really cool.
little model of a Corsair on the shaft of it. Oh, sorry, on the haft of it rather. Which looks really really good. You are 12 years old.
Yeah.
A bit of lore about that too. That bow belongs to the very first Queen's Wrath.
Very first Queen's Wrath, yeah.
Sure, SJUR. And by the way, Queen swings both ways. Sure was a lover of the Queen as well.
Well, we already knew the Queen swings both ways because Petra's like, oh my God, Mara, I see you. Come here and hold me gently.
Don't ever do that again.
Happy enough with
I'm
that.
sorry.
Oh, yeah. I just want to repress that memory. Thank you. Let's go. All right. If you've got any questions, please give them to us really quickly so we can talk about something else.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the live chat, please let us know if you have any burning questions, queries, doubtful points, or anything you'd like to talk about in Destiny-wise. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was one thing that happened last week with the sleeper stuff where basically it devolved into us just yelling at each other. And I am personally the instigator of that.
No.
So I will, I do, and this isn't something that the 3 of us talked about prior. This is me just going back and watching the VOD and going, you're an idiot, Adam. So I do apologize to our audio-only listeners. I do apologize to our YouTube listeners, listeners and watchers, viewers rather, and I do apologize to our live chat viewers. that I did instigate that, and then we're all guilty at yelling at each other. But I did instigate it, so I do apologise profusely about that. As
I think
well.
that
And if you'd
the
like
thing
to
that
accept our apology, have a look in your vault for a prize. It's the Edge.
I think the thing that sometimes brings us unstuck with shit like that is that we are all really quite similar. And if we normally we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page and we're like, unstoppable momentum. This is our opinion. We're pretty. And then occasionally me and Sloth are of the opposite opinion. And we go the Hulk and the Thing and we go bang. Unstoppable force, immovable object. It goes south really fucking fast. But it was, it's one of those things where we get angry and we get our back up. And I mean, we're all good mates at the end of the day. We can have a laugh about it now. But
to be honest, I'd like to see some, not everyone just being like, oh yeah, I agree. See, it makes interesting a watch, I think. Yeah.
So you're saying more fighting, CG?
Yes, absolutely. I'm talking about in the same room.
Hang on, I'm seeing something here. I'm picking something up here. CG the Warlock encouraging two Titans to fight each other is just. That's fair enough.
It's just you guys just do what you want, man. I'm just gonna be over here, Bob Marley, and just be like. Yo.
Oh my God.
But no, it is you are correct. That yes, a debate is important, but when it just devolves into yelling, it legitimately devolved into yelling. It's just,
I think we have a lot of good debates. That one probably just crossed the line, and we're all
so
sorry.
no questions as of yet in the chat. But one thing that I was made aware of last night is private games coming to Gambit, which could be a very cool sort of situation that we can bring a few communities together and put in a team-based situation, not anything too large, but just a team-based situation where we can go team Log, team Sloth, team fucking Merlin Games, who's not allowed to get any fucking professional Gambit players because, but there might be some
Sassy's on Team Sassy by himself.
But private Gambit matches might be.
How did I fucking miss this? Where did you get that from?
It was made aware to me last night that when I was streaming that Gambit custom matches are definitely on the way. So not definitely on the way, but it's something that's on the horizon. So I would like to say that I would like to set up an in-house DDU versus type of situation where we can all be streaming, we can all be playing, and all have that sort of thing. So
is this? Are you waiting for Gambit for a reason? We can't do it in PvP just because I'll kick your fucking head in. Is that what's happening? I knew I'd get that reaction. I'm so sad. No, I'm fine.
Why have we never done that? Why have we never done like a PvP private versus?
Because Matt, you'd sit at the bottom of the table and pout.
This is the funny thing about this. This is the funny thing about this. I think the three of us all legitimately think we're the best.
Well, Matt and I know that we're better than you because you dressed up as fucking Princess Log, the Slavic princess, a few weeks ago.
No, I just saw the writing on the wall, dude. What happened the next round?
So a question from Ronaldo. I got a question. In regard to immune crystals around the Demon City, why can we damage it when with only using the Wish Ender? Is there lore about it?
This is interesting, man, because those crystals are referred to as eggs in the Lord Triumph. And Ribbon, she is holding a giant egg when we kill her. If you see the 3D modeling, when you drop down, she's like curled around an egg. And you use a bow called Wish Ender, as in a bow used to hunt Ahamkara, to kill eggs. So the implication is you are like destroying.
So those eggs
Ahamkara
are Ahamkara eggs?
Well, I don't know. I haven't read anything, but this is what we do know. The Lord Triumph, when you destroy the crystals, they're referred to as eggs.
All will be revealed in Easter 2019, I suppose.
Valid point.
Just 6 months out, viral marketing for fucking Cadbury. Jesus Christ.
And
Guess what's in the
question-
eggs? It's fake yolk, like a Cadbury cream egg.
So
Smarties.
a question for Siegey, if you can answer this, mate. Any new projects
I'll try.
coming up that we can look for, or you were looking forward to?
Are we talking about in gaming life or in
In
think
gaming
anything.
life, from grounds,
Just general life.
like-
oh man,
Most of your
I mean,
stuff-
I know
Probably
grounds
on
a
NBA.
bit of a subject that you can't really touch on.
yeah,
because
not
of
not
NDAs
massively
and stuff.
exactly, but it's one of those things. They have some very interesting stuff, and I think at least from ground's perspective, you know, I suppose the Destiny stream with you guys and all of us guys was their first thing, and they're kind of. They're very, very interested and invested in this whole thing. You guys have kind of inspired them. That whole thing has inspired them to kind of move their business in ways towards that side of things. So, yeah, unfortunately, nothing I can talk about.
Hey, I got another question that maybe doesn't tie you up in NDAs.
Mm.
What do you think? Because what do you think needs to happen for Australia? Because in my opinion, Australia's quite far behind in regards to not only content creation, but probably this kind of events and promotion. You know, and US pretty much leads the way in that kind of stuff. Like, what do we need to do to catch up or to be a bit more of a leader in that space?
I think it's the community. I think a lot of people have a lot of Australians, I should say, myself included, where you know, we always felt like we were the underdogs. We always felt like nothing came to us and all this kind of stuff. And I think a lot of people are stuck in that mindset. Like seeing you boys talk about Destiny every week. It's not as popular in Australia for whatever reason. Maybe it's something to do culturally, or maybe it's something to do with the fact that we haven't had access, we haven't had X, Y, and Z. But I can tell you, at least from a global perspective, this you know, they kind of coop us together with New Zealand and sometimes Asia. But that entire market is every year is coming up. So it's just getting involved, I think, and you know, doing what you boys have done. Start a podcast, start some video stuff. They're obviously, they're not desperate, but they're always looking for people to you know, A, give the game to, which is a benefit, and B, help represent the game and talk about it and create content around it. So I think it's just I'm not sure the answer there. I mean, it's one of these things.
Well,
where,
I mean, the thing that I hear about that is to anyone who's thinking about like content creation or working in this area is, you know, disadvantages, you know, maybe we've got less resources, a little bit far behind, but the advantage is like there's an open space. There's an open space, right? Like, you know, there's room for you. If you go to the US, there's no fucking room for you there.
Exactly.
The borders are closed, right?
Yeah, that's it. Every second person is absolutely.
So it's a good time to, you know, to be jumping into trying YouTube videos, streaming, for the Aussies out there anyway, especially with how well Forsaken's doing. So, you know, yeah, we sort of had this conversation, like, who are our Australian content creators? And there's less than a handful, probably.
In the Destiny community, people who talk about this particular game. There are it's quite legitimately a very small handful that play you know, quite regularly. So like and just off the top of my head, you've got your Lifty Games, you've got your Tolgers, your bloody Super Angry Brothers, you've got your what's his name? I can't remember his name now. Super complainy guy, super monotone complaining guy.
The Jez.
The Jez. Yeah, Jez. Sorry. I legitimately forgot his name. I feel really bad for that. You've got us three, you've got your Tams and Woods and all those guys that are like up there and have the reach of it. But there are a lot of smaller Destiny content creators out there. And guys, if you are an Australian Destiny content creator and you want to and you want to go out there and like have this incredible opportunity like we did, you know,
start working.
Start working.
Start making.
I'm not going to lie. Like it really came out of the blue for us. Like we were talking, Matt was talking about certain things, and then he said, this is happening.
As Matt says things, hey, don't tell anyone, but
fucking throw me under the bus.
This is the thing, but you've got to be lucky. You've got to be right place, right time.
I'll say this. I've got a bit of a different perspective on this whole issue, and it's part of why it was important to me to start a completely Australian Destiny podcast to begin with. And it's that on the internet, there are no borders. There are no locations. There are no anything. Everyone's just in the fucking Destiny category on Twitch. So it's very hard to find people like other Aussies unless, they do what we do and we put the bloody AU in front of their name or whatever. So it's really hard to build a community of what's probably 5% of the Destiny player base, right? Around, I'm fucking still finding people that are Australian streamers and shit that have been streaming Destiny for fucking years that I have not bumped into until this week. I know that, and if you are out there listening to this right now, tweet at the DDU account fucking Australian Destiny content creators, and we'll get them the fuck on, because that's why we're here. That's why Siegey's here. That's what we're doing this for. And I know that I'm yelling and carrying on. I'm emotional. But obviously this isn't just for Australians. This is, we get lots of different people on, and that's awesome. But we have always wanted to build an Australian Destiny community and strengthen it so that things like this raise everyone up. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So honestly, if you're out there, I don't care if it's someone that I already know. Tweet me 3 Australian content creators to the DDU account. Done.
Yeah.
Do it.
And if you want 3 Australian content creators that I reckon that you guys should watch. Chooky Wookie. Taking a little break, but Chook is a really good content creator. He's over on Mixer. Alpha Wolf Paw, he's on Twitch. He's an Australian dude from Brisbane. A really, really nice Destiny content creator. Really, really cool. And another one is Pringles. He only streams every so often, but when he does, he's a really, really nice dude. There are honestly, guys, if you are an Australian content creator, as Log said, get on there, tweet at the DDU. We want to build an Australian content creation community around this game because it's a game we love. We're all of the same country. We all have similar sense of humor. We all call each other, fuckwits, and then go on and have a beer later on. Let's build this thing,
And I think sorry, bud. Good. You go.
Go on.
I'm just going to say, man, but just by you boys doing this and people doing it, it's going to make it more. They're going to take this region more seriously. It's the only way it's going to happen is if they see the engagement, if they see the content being produced. It's literally the only way. I can't agree. It's something that should be encouraged. And I think as Australians as a whole, we're kind of quite laissez-faire or whatever, kind of quite relaxed. But I think that also on the flip side makes us so good to watch. A lot of the American team within Activision and stuff like that, we're just psyched with our content because we're so interesting to them. We're so slightly, not so different, but we're quite different people, and just us talking is interesting to them. So the potential for global reach and shit like that.
Well, maybe not. Not Matt.
No, they like listening to Log and I, but Matt puts people to sleep, and we've actually seen that in his chat. Where he's like, I watch your videos before bed because it puts me to sleep because he has a really good voice when apparently he's doing his whole law thing.
Look, it's a good thing, right? But
it's a great thing because then they have to watch the video again to get the bit they missed, Matt. It's genius,
dude. Do you know how I have such good audience retention because everyone's fucking napping and then they have to wake up and watch it again. That's the trick with the YouTube algorithm. You slowly put stuff in there hypnotically to put people to sleep and they end up watching 10, 20.
Hang on. Have you got in the backing music like this noise that just convinces people that the earth is flat as well? Like, have you got this have you got this little noise that goes, kill for the flat earthers, kill?
Are you putting Judas Priest reverse messages to?
No, but the backing music is relaxed. Okay, look, that's how you want to make it big on YouTube. Put people to sleep, baby.
So I got a question here, and it's a very it's a question for this week because this game mode was only available this week until later on. But from Yes Sir One, yes sir. I got a question. Why does Shax want to teach us the art of breaking into banks from a law point of view at Milan?
Does he? I don't know where that came from. Is there,
in the breakthrough game mode, the new playlist that's in the new
game mode,
you capture the point, and then you've got to break into the bank and get the glimmer out, and that's basically what is underneath the lid of it. It's glimmer, so it's a definitely competitive game mode, but it's definitely glimmer that's in there.
Okay. Hey, here's a crazy theory, Ryan. I haven't read anything about it. I don't know if there's a law entry about it or anything like that. But thinking of banks, I'd think of the gambit straight away, and a lot of people in the city don't trust the drifter. Maybe from a law point of view, this is training Guardians to break into Gambit's bank, and it'll be revealed when we get that DLC.
Fuck.
That I never ever like, because the top of it looks like a Gambit bank, doesn't it?
Does it? I don't know. Does it?
It does. It kind of does.
Look like it kind of looks like the top of a Gambit bank.
Shit.
Guys, remember this podcast.
Yeah, I did. Wow. All right. Well, we're going to end on that note because I've got some serious researching to do.
And I just want to make a quick fix or whatever. I think I said I was I'm actually power level 500 and something, like 504. So I'm not.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so you're not a pleb. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not completely a pleb. I'm definitely a pleb compared to you boys, but yeah.
We redact all of the horrible things we said to you before the podcast.
Yeah, we take it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Siegey, thank you for coming on and having a chat with us and all that sort of thing.
It was an absolute pleasure. You're all legends.
You, man.
Keep up the good work.
You're a legend, man. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening on our audio-only platforms, thank you so much for your continued support. If you have any questions, queries, doubtful points, please make sure you tweet us at Destiny DDU_podcast, at Mylan Games, at Realtime Sloth, at Log Power Slave. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that follow. Make sure you hit that subscribe button with the bell. And if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. The Reddit post that we talked about at the top of the stream, that is on the DDU Twitter account.
It is. It's been retweeted.
It's been retweeted, so make sure you go and check that out too. And to our live viewers on Twitch, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Doing this live is really, really awesome. I know it's quite late over in the Americas, it's like fucking 12 or something like that. So thank you very much for hanging out. It's really, really cool. And again, CG, thank you for coming on.
Cheers, boys.
We have been the Destiny Down Under podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Catch us next week where we talk about Mylan being a pleb and law and some possible custom games that we'll talk about this week, and maybe we might be able to get a raid done. Log and I might be able to get a raid done at some point.
Yeah.
So
mate, let's see if the Dreaming City is going to change. That's a big question, man.
Funnily enough, we're gonna host straight into Ninja, so that me and Sloth there have a claim to hopefully he can carry us as well.
So if you're in the Twitch chat, we're going to go right into Ninja G'day Raid. But ladies and gentlemen, we have been the Destiny Down Under podcast. We'll catch you guys next week.
Peace.
The law is part of Gambit now. and Dredge and Vale is the drifter.
Oh.